Tell me about, because I know you mentioned it and it sounded good at the time, but I've forgotten what it was. The hole in the donut.
Oh yeah, the hole in the donut. I can't
I'll
remember
try
how
and
we got
remember it this time.
yeah.
I was trying to tell my wife, but I couldn't remember it. I said, it's really good. I'm going to ask him again on Friday.
Yeah, we were talking about well, it's a thing that I came across. It's a thing that they use in the 12-step program, AA in particular. That they talk about the hole in the donut. The thing is that we define ourselves by the things that we do. So we were talking about the kind of identity crises that people can have, like in the pandemic, for example. If I'm a workaholic, if I go out, if I do stuff, if I'm a doer, if I'm serving on rotas, if I'm feeding the poor, healing the sick, doing stuff, and then suddenly I can't do that stuff, those people are going to struggle with the pandemic more than people who are more introvert and reflective and contemplative, because we can carry on doing those things even in lockdown. And so particularly say with an alcoholic, for example, he decides he doesn't want to be an alcoholic anymore, he decides he wants to give up his drinking and all the stuff that goes with that. But the difficulties, or the problem that a lot of people have in that situation is, if I give up being this kind of person, if I want to change and become someone else, if I give up all these things that make me me, what if I'm like a donut and I find out that when I've given up all that stuff, all that's left is the hole in the donut? And actually, all those things that used to define me, if I'm not those things anymore, then who am I? And what am I for? And what do I do with life? So a lot of that, I mean, that conversation we were having, that was coming out of identity and, how we define ourselves and the things that people do and how they are. But yeah, the hole in the donut is that fear that if I give up being this person, all that stuff, if I give all that stuff up, what if all that's left is the hole in the donut? Yeah.
Yeah. So like for me then, does this make sense? I was, I'm a recovering workaholic. That was my drug of choice. My siblings and family got extended drug and alcohol abuse. And CBT helped me realize that my gauge for measuring my work. So I still tell myself that when I'm feeling a little bit lazy, I'm probably getting it just right. I can't measure, what not working hard is. But then there's a part of me that embraces it and goes, actually, I've had to embrace the other side of that. Because I did fear at one point, through therapy, if I lose that, what will I be without someone who's known for working really hard? But the flip side of it is actually, I can thrive in a certain way by working. I can outwork a lot of people, and that's not workaholism. That's just my bent, and that's okay. And it's finding that balance. And yeah, so I'm finding it again. And I guess a lot of people are going to be, aren't they, in this crisis? I'm like, what's me using an ability that I have, and where does it go back into workaholism for control? And I find myself at the minute reaching for my old therapy notes and diagrams and I start to feel, I'm feeling a bit lazy.